What's up guys, how's it going? So as you saw by the intro, we've got some new goodies here. Well, one goodie today, it's gonna be the MEWANT steering wheel cover for the 2020, or actually like I think it's 2017 to 2020 GT86 and BRZ. Obviously we are in a 2022 BRZ. This is gonna be for the newer models as well, since they share the same steering wheel. It should work for the GR86 as well. Ran me about $56, almost $60 off of Amazon. It came in about 2 weeks, ships from China, so we will see how this goes. It's just a leather cover, pretty much alcantara suede material. It's kind of on both sides. One thing I can say about it is that it matches the red stitching of the BRZ perfectly. So you can see the line there from the steering wheel and on the seat. So the package comes with this cover. Obviously it's going to go over the steering wheel, and some instructions, which I will go over in the video. So double-sided tape, adhesive, comes with a small blade, needle, thread, and a thimble. And of course the actual instructions are in here. And here's all the materials. So let's go ahead and get this all set up, and I'll pick you up in a little bit. So check it out. After struggling with it for a little bit, I found out this little detail right here, that the lines on the actual cover match up with the stitching from inside the steering wheel. So I think that's going to be a very accurate representation of how this is going to fit. It's looking pretty good. Looks like it has just enough slack on the steering wheel to wrap around the steering wheel. And on the bottom, same thing, the stitching matches up with the cover. Now that we know that this actually fits, we're gonna go ahead and cut up some of this tape that's provided to us, and we're gonna go ahead and put it all along the edge of the steering wheel on both sides, on the top, and I'm gonna try to get some on these little edges here. So let's go ahead and do that. We went ahead and put tape all around the steering wheel cover. So on the long parts of the steering wheel cover, we put the tape horizontally, just so we could get more coverage with less pieces of tape. And on the parts that we're going to tuck into the steering wheel, such as these longer parts, we're going to be stretching this piece a little bit, so I put the pieces of tape vertically as opposed to the horizontal steering wheel, just so it stretches a little bit better. Just make sure your placement is correct and your steering wheel is where you want it to be. I left a little slack on all the corner points because, again, we're going to be tucking this into the trim right here, and on the controls. The back is important, but it doesn't matter as much to me as the front. So yeah, with all that in mind, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna take the tape off and finally start stitching this thing. So all right guys, so a little update on the wheel here. We are on to day 2. This part took me about an hour to do, but it came out pretty clean, really sick. It's all tucked into the controls and the trim of the steering wheel. So I guess I'll start by showing you this part, how I'm going to approach this next. The double-sided tape that I placed, I began by taking off the back of the double-sided tape. So once I'm done pressing the tape down, I begin with threading the needle through the first part of the steering wheel cover, and I threaded all of the string that I think I'm going to use. You can see I have lots of excess here from the first section that I did. So here's my needle, and I still have all this excess, which is fine because I've got a bunch more string right here. So I pulled all of the string through every single one of these little holes, and after every single hole I pulled it all the way through, which is why this is taking so long. I'm not sure if there's a more efficient way, but that's what's worked for me, and you can see, you know, the results are pretty dang good. So yeah, all that's left for this little section is to cut. I try to make a knot here, but I'm gonna, you know, make another knot closer to here, and then I'm gonna cut the excess on both sides because this first part is still attached. And I'm still unsure if I'm just gonna tuck the string in, or I might get a lighter and burn the end of it off so it doesn't de-thread. Alright guys, so we are 3/4 of the way done with the steering wheel. I'm about 3 hours in. Literally, this little section took me an hour. This top part took me about an hour and a half. We've got all the corners tucked in on the steering wheel. This was probably the easiest part. It comes with a trim removal tool, or sorry, a little, yeah, trim removal tool, and I literally just, you know, push this in. So right here you can see on the bottom that just like force it in and it'll stay there. It's kind of hard with one hand, but you get the idea. So yeah, we just have this little corner left, and once I've got that done, I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna keep these here. I might burn it, honestly. I heard that's what you do for string, yarn, and rope when you don't want it to become undone. So I might get a little lighter and just burn the edges of that. But let's go ahead and get this final piece done, and we will see what we do to clean it up. So that edge is looking good, and onto the next one right here. Just gonna cut it from the very base again. Pull it tight, snip snip, and just a little bit of heat. One more time up here. Alright guys, I don't think it gets better than that. So we've got all our loose ends taken care of. I think this is my most noob corner. It was the first one that I did when I started the steering wheel wrap. So this one was fine. This one was fine. For some reason I kind of goofed on this one, but you know what? This is my car and I'm gonna be the only one that's driving it. I don't think anybody's gonna notice. That's pretty much it, man. You know, I highly recommend doing this. It's really hot here in Southern California, so I'm a little sweaty right now, but I just want this to show you guys that if I can do it, you can definitely do it too. I've never really stitched or sewn, hemmed anything in my life, and it took me a little bit to do this, maybe like 4 hours, but you know, we got it done. I was really scared about using the lighter to burn the threads, but I think that's going to give you the best result because you're not going to have any strings hanging and, you know, worrying about it coming undone, because I think if you have the strings hanging, you have a higher probability of it becoming undone. So you know, just give you one last look at the steering wheel all around. You know, I think even this matches up perfectly with the center of the steering wheel. It's a little turned right now, but once it's sitting up straight, it's gonna be straight. It's thicker, it feels more comfortable. It just gives a super premium feel to the limited BRZ. If you want to know where to get your own, I'll leave a link down below. It's not an affiliate link or anything, so you know, you can check it out, buy this one, or maybe find one on eBay. Any cover that's for the first gen 17 to 20 BRZ should fit the second gen BRZ /86. So yeah, go ahead and check that out and see what works for you. that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you think. If you've been watching a couple of my videos, feel free to subscribe. It's free, of course. Comment, like, let me know what you guys think. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all my social media. It's down below. See you guys in the next one.